Morning, guys.
Morning.
Let's have a look, shall we, because we teased it just before. Alec Baldwin and the Rust shooting, which is absolute tragedy.
Yeah, Stephen, he thought he had put it to bed, actually, because last year, just before he was about to go on trial, 2 weeks before, they dropped the case, because the gun in question had been tampered with during forensic testing. But they got rid of that old prosecution team. They've got a new one now who have just refusing to let the case go. So they got the gun reconstructed, and through all the testing, they said someone must have pulled the trigger. So Alec Baldwin has always denied that he pulled the trigger, but that's how they've managed to bring this case back to court again. He got his lawyers...
Remind us what happened, actually.
Yes.
It was on the filming of this movie, Rust.
Yeah.
And the woman who sadly died as a result of that gunshot was his... I think she was...
She was a cinematographer, Halyna Hutchins, a mother of two, and he had this gun, which he says he didn't know had any ammunition, live ammunition in it, and he said when he pulled it, he didn't think it was going to go off, and unfortunately, she tragically died on the spot. Her family have been left devastated by it. He denies it, as I've said, but he's now hired this top celebrity lawyer, Alex Spiro, who's never lost a case. He's the one that all the celebrities go to. And from the statement that he released last week, he said, "We are looking forward to our day in court."
What I don't understand with all of this, and obviously the family are devastated, understandably so.
Yeah.
And there are questions to be asked as to
there is.
why there was a live round in a prop gun.
Because that should never be the case.
Never, ever happen. However, I don't understand how people would necessarily say it was Alec Baldwin's fault. He thought it was a prop gun.
Yeah.
I suppose the argument might be that he was being reckless.
Yes, well, that's it. So they've got two theories now that they could get him on. They're saying either he was negligent with a firearm or that he had a total disregard for other people's safety. So he might not be guilty of murder as such.
Actor, on a movie set, you wouldn't dream, would you, that it would have a live round in it?
No, you wouldn't. I was thinking that when you mentioned that a few moments ago, actually, Steph.
Yeah, but I haven't held a gun before, but I'm sure you could feel if you're actually, as an actor, if you've had a prop gun before, which he's probably had in training, and carrying a real-life gun which has got bullets in it, there must be a different feeling in there.
There's a weight differential between blanks and proper live ammo.
I mean, I feel like you, that the family are obviously devastated. It was a terrible tragedy. But you wouldn't for a minute think he did it in any way deliberately.
Well, that's why he's not being charged for murder, and he's actually charged for involuntary manslaughter. If he does,
in that they'd have to prove some sort of negligence.
That he knew that he was pulling the trigger, because that's what they've got on him.
You say bullets, I mean, a real gun. I mean, surely on a set you just need a fake gun, don't you?
I would.
Well, this is why
so,
a lot of questioning is happening. Well, if he is found guilty, he's looking at 18 months in prison. Whether that's actually going to happen,
I can't see it. I can't see how they could prove that he was being, unless there are reports or video or something of him being downright and reckless. But even then, why would he think for a minute there was a bullet in it?
Well, they must have something to say we're going to go back to court with this again.
It's America, though, isn't it? It's stuff that's runs over there would never make it over here.
Well, that's why I don't really like going to America as much, is because of people allowed to carry guns and it's legal over there. It's just pretty frightening.
Yeah. When you put it that way, too, mother of two, tragic story, isn't it?
Oh, it's terrible. But the only other thing is, has he been sorry enough? You know what I mean?
Contrition.
I've never seen him do an interview where he's obviously devastated by it or anything.
Oh, he has. He did. Yeah, he went on this world press tour afterwards just to
But actually, her husband at the time, I mean, there was a lot of contact between the two.
There was, and he paid them off. I think he paid them almost, God knows, over like $200,000 as a kind of sign of compensation. But obviously that doesn't add up to a life, and the family still want justice about this case. But you know what? The damage is already done with him, because it's like he says he's finding it hard to get a job in Hollywood. And they finished filming the film, which I think is distasteful. Just shelve the whole project.
I would have shelved.
Yeah.
I would have shelved.